Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. John, you get to start us off.
Really? Always. Love it. Continuing on, I guess, not exciting stuff to report. Still trying to figure out the budget and the 5-year plan and the finances for that. Talked to Rebecca already about the 5-year plan. I forgot to bring your copy.
Okay.
I'll email it. Just, I think the estimates are kind of low. I'm not really looking to change your projects, but I'm probably going to change the years and the dollar amounts there, I guess, to move those around or make that work anyway. We don't have to approve a new one until next spring, so just trying to wrap my head around that. Still lots to learn. And that's what working on FEMA, so I have a resolution today. They have a different UEI number, and I can't figure it out. I don't think Megan has either.
Mine worked, so I don't know what your issue was.
Hers works, yeah, her way, and then when I send hers to FEMA, they don't know that one. So the UEI number in the resolution today is the one we started with, so.
Because they kicked yours out.
Yeah.
When did you
But
set
they
up?
accepted it for me.
Yeah.
Really? Maybe she's more important than you.
I don't know if Bonnie had a different UEI, I don't know if
I
they
thought
could
you guys
have.
using a different
I
one.
bet so.
Because she started this process, and I'm
I
trying to
bet,
finish
I
it,
bet
so.
you're right.
I think there's some history there, I'm just not catching up on, so.
I know she worked a lot with FEMA, and I think, Steve kind of kicked a bunch of stuff over to
Over
Bonnie
to-
to handle.
Yeah,
So
so
you
I
didn't
think,
have to deal with everything.
I think that's the issue, honestly. Just trying to wrap that up so we can get paid out.
We borrowed ahead a lot at RPA.
They don't like to, so about 5 years ago, they quit running the balance. So it used to be, like, population is what brings the money in, right? So every population brings in the finances. Well, the RPA changes such that they call that sub-allocation. They don't want to do that. So they don't sub-allocate to the counties anymore. I mean, I used to have a spreadsheet. I can find, see what the balances are, but they don't support that. So it's strictly application.
Per project.
Per project
Okay.
application at this point. I think Harrison County is about even
Okay.
as far as the funds.
Because Steve had talked about at times borrowing ahead, and I don't know if he ever got that done. This has been several years ago now.
Yeah, you can do that in the farm to market and the bridge funds
Okay.
as well.
Which he was borrowed ahead 3 years, I believe.
Yeah, I think, that's what I thought.
Are we catching up a year this year?
Should be, yeah. Kind of like, I think we're, in the farm market, I think our balance is right at $1 million. Can't remember what the bridge funds were, the RPA, I think we're not even, so I like to keep those right around, even, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll have to be looking at those before we do the 5-year plan.
Yep.
That's all I
Okay.
So then we have to approve this new number?
Yes, I'll read this resolution. The Harrison County Secondary Roads Department requests to use the Harrison County UEI number. That was the number. This allows the Harrison County Secondary Roads Department to file any FEMA-related documents with the Department of Homeland Security. The Harrison County Board of Supervisors approves the use of UEI number, that is the number, and assumes all risk involved. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of Harrison County, Iowa, on this 23rd day of October, 2025, approve the use of UEI number SGP 8NEAM JMC7 and assumes all risk involved for the Harrison County Secondary Roads Department.
thought. So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Tony?
Yes.
Rebecca?
Yes.
And I'll yes.
We talked about those PL 566s, and,
That's the ones from USDA over there.
soil and water. And I was talking to Arthur last night, and he was questioning, like, the ones that are protecting secondary roads, we will have to maintain those forever, but he was wondering about giving back the ones that were on landowners' property, you know, like, if they wanted them back, if we could give them back to them.
Oh, it'd be the ones that were put in for them previously?
Right, like there's farmers that have different,
I got a neighbor's got one there, yeah.
yeah, if we can just give it back to them, but like you and I talked about, most farmers aren't gonna wanna maintain them.
No,
I don't know what those original agreements look like or where they're held or, I don't know.
have to look and see
We
if
gotta
that's even
find
a
those,
possibility.
Yeah.
Right,
I know if the farmer would have given that up, or if we would have taken an easement on that, I don't
I
know.
don't know, you have to find the agreement.
Yeah.
The ones I've seen before is the county had a perpetual easement to operate the dam and maintain
Okay.
it. Then the feds were on the hook for 50 years of maintenance, then that expired, and I don't know that the county ever expired, honestly.
Yeah.
I imagine every agreement's different, I would definitely wanna read the agreements, but that's been my experience.
We've been putting $20,000 a year into that, but now that it's come due, that, we had a couple $100,000 in that, that's gonna go pretty quick.
yeah, because that one, the mill pick, PL 566 was, their estimate was 167,000. Granted, I think you and I talked about it, probably wouldn't actually cost that much to replace it, but that's over half of the money that's in there, just for one deal, so,
What do they call it, unfunded mandates?
yeah.
This is at the federal level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're just as good at it as the state is.
At the time, when someone says they're gonna help you for 50 years, it sounds good, and
Yeah.
the 50 years is come and
Well,
gone.
especially that's the end of their life too. for
Yeah.
most of them.
I don't think there's any water really behind that one anymore, it's just
no,
a swamp at this point.
so I just
Okay.
go back to them and
See what's
go
going
back
on,
to soil and water and say, well, I guess we'll deal with them as they
as they fail.
fail. Thanks,
I mean, really.
yeah.
Thanks, John. Megan?
Okay, so, back in January, we started an IRS audit for tax year 2022. If you go to the second page of this, it explains the findings that they,
Now this, okay, this is based on employees.
so, yeah, yep, this is for, income.
Okay.
Yeah. So the finding that they found from 2022 was that we reported the cash in lieu of insurance incorrectly. So for 40 years, we've been reporting it incorrectly. And
Okay.
they decided that they wanna enforce it now. So they started enforcing it for tax year 2022. They moved to tax year 2023. We made an agreement to change it for 2025, which we did back in July. And so they stopped going forward. So we just have 2 years worth of this right now. So if you look like halfway down the page, it shows the 1099 amount, 45,832 for 2022, and 2023 is 54,267.
So basically what's happened is that $166 stipend for not taking the health
Yeah.
insurance, that was always 1099.
Yeah,
The IRS wants it to be part of your W-2.
which, so we did change that.
We did change it, and now it's part of the paychecks for the folks,
Mhm.
and it just gets added on in W-2. My argument to the IRS, and we've had Abby from Feenstra's office in here, and I talked to Abby again last week, they're opening up a claim. This is not earned income.
No,
This is a stipend, so this should qualify for 1099. The IRS is saying, no, this is W-2. The other argument we have, is everybody that got this got a 1099.
Mhm.
The county sent them and issued them a 1099. It's up to that individual then to take it to their tax person. I know me personally, I took it to my
Yeah,
tax
same
person,
here.
and it was part of my taxes, so I paid taxes on it. Now the IRS is coming back saying, the county screwed up, the county has to pay this tax. So the IRS is getting paid twice.
Yes.
Can we fight it?
We're fighting it, but we're gonna have to pay it, otherwise we're gonna pay penalty, and then hopefully we'll get it back.
I am fighting it, but, it's out of California, and the step after this is tax court, which you would then need to hire a tax attorney, which I
Well,
don't
we
think
need-
our
we
county
need to-
attorney would
Yeah.
take that one. So my fear is you will spend more fighting it than you're going to end up paying in the long run,
This is
if you
not
just
right.
pay it.
It's not right.
It's not right, but
That's why I think it's.
I don't know how you fight it.
The congressman's office.
Congressman's gotta take it.
However, today is the deadline to pay it. or we pay penalty on it.
So these 2 years together, which comes
Yeah.
to,
This is what we have to pay.
The issue is the IRS is shut down. I can't pay it,
yeah.
but the day that they open, I have to pay it.
And the total for both is,
The
$23,000.
number on the front, 22,300. That's what we negotiated it down to.
that's not right at all. Yeah, and you, at your
You
own
can't
risk, you
prove
don't
it,
turn a
though.
1099 in. I mean, you have to report it.
But we can't prove it without going back and having every single person bring us their tax return.
That
I
should
can't
be,
require
that's where the
it.
IRS should be auditing people, not us.
Yes. Make sure they
Not us.
reported it.
I've tried.
I know. Megan's been fighting this for a long time.
What's gonna happen if we don't pay it?
We pay 2% penalty.
Per day. Well, 1 through 5, 5 to 10,
Yeah.
every 5 days it
Goes up.
goes up.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you do about it. I'm not very happy at all.
I
It
think
sounds
we
like
pay
a
it and
rip-off.
then try to fight it through the congressman's office and try to get that money back.
Right.
Has anybody ever gotten, been fighting it?
No, and fighting it means going to tax court in California, which,
That's the only place tax court's at?
that's where this audit is out of.
Right. That's the worst place to get you out of.
Yeah, it
This
was,
is
there was a
our
lot of
fourth.
fishy stuff. I think you had 4 people,
This is our 4th agent we've had.
because they would get laid off and then a new person would come in.
You
It
talk-
started off real sketchy. They
Yeah.
wanted Megan to email a bunch of stuff. She refused to email
Yeah.
it. They wanted people's social security numbers and everything
Yeah.
emailed.
Have I talked to who?
What's that?
Have I talked to who?
Well, you've talked to Feaster's also. I mean, I don't know who else you could talk to.
Talked to Abby, I've talked to another.
Yeah, when I talked to Abby last week, she was opening up a ticket, and their tax person that works in Feaster's office would then take it.
This is their closed, so we can't talk to the IRS, they can't talk to the IRS. But yet they stay happy.
I don't want to approve it, but I don't want us to pay penalties either.
That's kind of where I'm at. If we can get it, get back on the backside. And then they should pay us.
They should pay us
Yeah.
interest, yeah, right, good luck.
I just think it's gonna be hard to get it back unless our congressman gets involved, yeah. Because they're not gonna, even if Sarah sent him a dirty letter, I don't think they'd help it. Threaten to sue him.
Feaster's office has been very responsive. Abby actually came here and sat down with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Probably the best way.
I mean, it does list the code sections and we've looked at them and they're not wrong, but
But they're getting double tax,
Yes.
like Brian said.
essentially yes, but we have no way of proving that.
So we have their 1099s.
I have their 1099s, but I can't prove that they
They
turned it in.
filed them. But they should go after the flat. Though I don't want to be audited, but that's what they could do.
We shouldn't have to prove that we did it right. They should have to prove that it was
We did it
done
all, right.
That's not right.
I know. I don't feel it's a due process on this.
There's no local IRS that we could,
We talked to the state of Iowa IRS and they said that since it's out of California, they can't do anything about it.
why is this out of California?
So, I guess this is my other thought is, okay, so the penalties add up and add up and add up. But how do they get it? How do they get it, their money? So,
This-
when-
This bill just keeps going up.
right,
And if we lose,
But then-
if the congressman's office say, well, you gotta pay it, well, now who knows what we're up to?
I mean, essentially, they could go for 2 more years if they wanted to, but since we
They've said
changed
they're
it,
not
they're
going
saying
to.
they're not going
Right, the way that they feel we should do it.
And I said they could go back even further, but so they won't do that.
It's a motion I don't wanna make, that's for sure.
yeah.
I move to approve the payment of $23,323.04 to the IRS under duress.
Yeah, I'm saying the same thing, I seconded, but under duress.
Maybe it takes one out.
Any further discussion on it? We will keep fighting it.
Yeah, we're not. We're especially trying to get the tax portion of it dropped. We tried to get just the Social Security and Medicare portion, which is spits out on that second page, how much is each portion. So we negotiated the tax rate from 20% to 8%. Morgan did that, so.
We just need to keep the government shut down a little longer. It's already been 11 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, in a way, it would help to have the government back open so that Dean's office could,
To do something.
right now, everybody's at the standstill.
Yeah.
I can also reach out to Rassler's office as well.
Yes,
and see
and
if we
ours
can get
both,
this.
yeah.
All right, we'll call for a vote. All in favor, under
Aye.
duress?
Under duress, aye.
Opposed? Mitch, I believe you're up.
I'm just asking for your approval to be act as fiscal sponsors for a couple grants. Sheriff's Office has written, so. Same thing we do every year, write grants for equipment that is outside of the scope of our normal budget. So,
Perfect. I like grants.
Yep.
I make a motion to approve the Harrison County acting as fiscal sponsor for the sheriff's office for the grants.
Second.
Any further discussion? Did you already get it submitted?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep. They're both submitted.
Yeah.
This is more formality. I know I spoke with one of you on it and
Yes.
just make sure it's all on record.
So,
Perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
what minutes do we have now?
October 16th.
Yep.
Move to approve the minutes for October 16th.
I'll second.
Okay. That's just rereading.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. What's that? Okay. Got it. The board will now allow up to 30 minutes for comments from the public. The board will call speakers in the order in which they have signed up on the form provided. Each speaker is limited to no more than 3 minutes for speaking and must first state his or her name for the record. Comments should be directed to the board as a whole and should refrain from personal attacks or from addressing individual employees or citizens. Comments should also be limited to one topic. Detailed information about the public comment policy is available upon request. First one is Marilyn J. Benson.
Marilyn J. Menser, candidate for District 15, Iowa House. I just wanted to bring to your attention, there is a lawsuit currently. An Omaha woman has accused Mayor John Ewing of infringing on her First Amendment right, freedom of speech, and transparency and things have changed a lot here in the last year. Recently, actually earlier today, a woman reached out to me and she came to the courthouse I think earlier this week or the end of last week, and asked for documents from one of the departments through Chapter 22. And she was told she couldn't have a copy or view those documents. I think they told her they weren't available. I don't know because I wasn't in the room. But the woman has reached out to me. So I want you to be aware, transparency is something that became a part of our world. And she has every right to look at those documents. I would recommend the board have the county attorney prepare a memorandum about the First Amendment and people's rights to view documents here at the county.
Give her my number, because I'd like to know more about this.
I will definitely do
Okay,
that.
I want to know this. Okay. Thank you.
Is that everything?
Yes,
You can give her my number too.
I will definitely do that.
Yeah, please don't call us.
Next one is Brad.
Good morning, Brad Doyle. I just wanted to point out, over the last several months, a lot of issues have been brought to the board for your consideration, and yet none of them have made it to the agenda for your consideration. So I would encourage you to take those requests seriously. Most recently, I believe it was at the last meeting, citizen asked that the recent state audit be placed on the agenda for discussion, and that's just an example. But please consider these requests and start moving some of them to the agenda so we can get some solutions in place. Thank you.
Thanks. I will say on that audit, one of the things before it gets to the agenda, I think it's a courtesy to all the departments to be able to have an opportunity to look at the audit and see how it affects their department, so that when we put it on the agenda, they have the ability to come in and answer the questions that the board has, and they're up to speed on what the audit says. So there is some time restraints with that because of those reasons. There's no other reason to.
But it's coming forward.
Yes, it is going to be on the agenda. Next we have Michelle.
Michelle Sturts. My comment's just on this handwritten warrant for the tax payment to the IRS. I haven't looked at the minutes for a while online, but I just wondered, because this is something that's out of your control, if maybe in the minutes or if an article could be in the paper so that residents know that this isn't something that you're just spending money on. This is something that is coming to you from wherever, and it's something you have to do. And so I just think people other than in this room need to know about the money that's being spent and is being requested of the county of Harrison County, and just why it's for, and why you have to do it. I just think it may be important to let people know. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's something that goes to my point of the minutes being more
I would just send along.
descriptive.
Yeah, I would ask when she sends them over to have the reporter call us, we can, call one of us, so we can give them more background. And
Well, but in the minutes, why can't it in the minutes say
that we
the fact
voted under
that we-
duress.
that we, yeah, I mean, I'm serious, that we.
It will.
It will, yeah.
A lot of these audit reports are confidential until a certain date, until they're released.
Well, I think
they're
she's-
confidential.
But she was
I'm
talking
talking
about.
about the IRS
IRS
payment that we didn't
Yes,
wanna.
yeah, it'll be explained. I'm sure Megan will put something in there of why this was paid, not just the
Right.
board decided to pay it.
It used to be we had a representative here that would do all that, but they don't do that anymore. For the
Well, I think-
newspaper.
Sorry, I think sometimes it just says discussion on handwritten warrant to the IRS, and if it could explain a little bit more about what it's about, that's all I'm just asking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. That's something I think we should have in the minutes. Should be more descriptive.
That's all for public comment. You guys got anything else?
I have SWIPCO today, if you have any input for that. That's one of the ones that do, especially great job.
I missed West Central Tuesday night. I had it in my head all day that I was gonna do that, and when 5:30 came around, it was not in my
I
head.
am not going to tonight, so.
I'm going to,
Yes,
yeah,
there's an
but she's
agenda
got an
posted.
agenda, so we're
Okay.
good.
Yeah, Republican meeting tonight.
Yeah.
To address the public comment, well, about the, some of the things that have been brought up in the past, I guess, I don't know if we have to put it on the agenda, or I would like to ask, is it possible, Megan, to take the draft mark off of the minutes that have been approved? And my understanding is they haven't been put on the website, because you said something about on the web, looking at the
Back on
minutes.
the website, right?
I have not looked. You put them back on the website, did you? Yeah. They're back on.
The minutes are on the website for the last few weeks.
So,
Well, yeah, I'll go up and look.
I meant to look last night.
Yeah.
And then one other thing I had a comment on is, I spoke with some folks, and we had talked one time when Matt was here, planning and zoning, we asked him questions,
Mhm.
and he said, I'll answer you privately. But I don't understand why we can't have Matt as a department head, he's the head of planning and zoning. He was appointed by the board of supervisors, so I don't understand.
he's hired by the zoning board. We appoint his board, and then his board hires him.
They hire him, but we are his board, they.
The control we have is like a lot of, they control the purse strings.
Yeah, but why
And who
can't,
we appoint to the board.
but why can't Matt come in here and give a report? John gives a report for the engineer's office, so why can't we have planning and zoning come in and give us a report on, and ask him questions on what he does?
I think it would have to be, the proper chain of command would be a request through the chairman of his board.
Which I don't know why they would say no to that.
Right. But that's the avenue we would have to take.
Yeah. I don't think they would have a problem with that at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I think we need to put that on the agenda at some point
Yep.
in the very near future,
I
because
agree.
I have a lot of questions that,
You wanna call their chairman then, just set that up?
who is their chairman?
I'd have to look that up.
I'd have to look.
I think if you have a lot of pointed questions, Rebecca, that it would be proper to give an interrogatory to Mr. Pitt, so he's able to look at those questions and intelligently answer them, and then time would be well spent.
And if it has to do with duties and responsibilities, it could be closed session, couldn't it?
You would have to offer it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what the purpose of
What the
bringing
purpose?
Mr. Pitt in to Field's questions. I mean, he has planning and zoning
Mhm.
meetings, I think that's what sets him apart. He's a little bit of a different type of entity, but if there are specific questions for Mr. Pitt, I mean, he could draft a memorandum, he could answer them in that forum.
Okay.
The point of it is to get your answers, and I think that there is,
Right, but the public wants answers. I have people asking me things and they're not getting answers, they're not getting responses, and so they're frustrated.
well, I think you could draft those up and give them to Matt. I'm sure that he would be happy to answer those questions.
Okay. I'll do some research and see about getting it on the agenda in the future.
Okay.
Is that it?
So, I didn't get an answer on the draft mark, why that can't come off.
It would just be up to the board to direct that, I think. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, I see it both ways.
I do too, because it's still not official. I don't
When
know, except for two times since I've been here, we ever changed the minutes from the draft to the actual. I mean,
Once I believe that I've seen.
yeah, that's all I've seen too.
But what, if it entails a 5-minute taking the draft marks off, why can't it be taken off and put, once they're approved and they're no longer a draft, they're into the record, why can't it be taken off?
I don't have an answer for that.
I don't know what kind of work it is.
Yeah,
Megan told me before it was 5 minutes.
You just can't see it through the draft marking?
No, it's not legal, it's not official until you take the draft mark off.
It's not official on the website
it's not
regardless,
official on the
Rebecca.
website either.
It
There's
goes
a great
into the
big book.
newspaper for the official publication.
That was
Those are
my,
minutes that I sign every week
yeah.
in the auditor's office. Those are the official minutes.
Okay?
That was my deal, I don't know how many years ago that was, where I put them on the website. Because the previous auditor wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I said, just put them on their drafts, we'd get them out right away. That was the only reason we ever did that. And then when Megan came on, she absolutely agreed she would do it, so I wouldn't have to do it anymore. That's how you got them once, I sent them to you, remember that?
Yeah.
So I think we made a great improvement putting them on there that quick, otherwise you gotta wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're up right away now.
Yeah.
On the website. They're not official, but they're up.
Yeah.
Folks can see.
I say, once since I've been here, or twice I think that we've ever changed it from the draft to the official. We just can't put it up there as official because we're trying to just get them out so people can see.
And I don't know that it's a huge issue. I think the PL 566s are a huge issue that we're
Yes.
faced with. I think the IRS is a huge issue we're faced with. I don't know that the draft watermark across the minutes is a huge
Yeah.
issue.
You know, I'd rather just get them out.
It's,
And then the official in the paper. But at least people can see that, and we don't make, like I say, twice since I've been here, we haven't made any changes to that. I mean, they're never gonna be official on the website. They're just not, so I don't hate to put them out there as official, and then something gets changed. I just don't want to do that either.
Right, unless you wait to put them out until you,
But I mean, even when you were the one asking, would you wanna wait 2 weeks to get them, you wanted to have them right away, because you would call me if they weren't out there.
and you send them to me.
Yep.
But they haven't been put up recently, they haven't been put
Well,
up
yeah, for a
right
couple of
away.
weeks we did, but I think that they need to be on there. And they're back on.
Yep. That's everything.
I'm frustrated because, yes, you have to take care of the big things, there are a lot more important things than a draft mark on the minutes, but that doesn't mean you don't take care of the little things.
Move to adjourn. Oh, unless you're not done.
I'm done for today.
Move to adjourn.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.